What's up, y'all? Welcome back in the shop. Today I have this 2007 Suburban, and there's a hole that corroded through in the high pressure AC line. And if you know anything about these rear AC lines, it's almost impossible to replace them as a full length piece. So I'm going to show you how I do a repair on these. And I've never had to do a repair on the low pressure one, which is a lot larger line. The high pressure one is 3/8. I don't know if they sell any fittings that you could use on one of them or not, but I'm just going to show you how I do a repair on the high pressure line. So let's get into it. First of all, you got to cut out the bad section. And it's a little tight in here, but it's not just too terrible. Normally I just cut out about 1 inch to 1.5 inches, just the corroded section. And you can stretch the line enough to fit a fitting in there, and I'll show you what style fitting and how I install it. I don't know if you can see it there, but it's pretty corroded, and there's a pinhole right in the middle there. And just a little word of advice: hook the AC machine up and drain the Freon. Make sure it's drained before you cut it out. I had assumed it was empty just because the hole was visible, but apparently it still had quite a bit in it. These you can kind of work and kind of bend them a little bit so you can get a stretch enough of it so you can fit the fitting in there. That should be plenty there. The fitting takes up about 1 inch. And I'm going to go grab a reamer. You want to try to get the burr out of the center of here so it doesn't affect when you flare it. The style fitting I'm putting in. So let me go grab that. Alright, so I got my little reamer here. This is the high-speed carbide bit. And we're just going to kind of use it to clean. Don't have to do a lot, just enough to take the burr out so it doesn't create like a split when it flares. File is helpful too sometimes. This is the style fitting I'm using, just 2 flare nuts and a union. Usually works pretty good as long as the line isn't corroded where you can't get a good flare on it. I'm gonna have to go grab a file here to kind of clean that up a little better. Oh, maybe not. There, I got it on. On there pretty easy. Gotta clean this one up a little bit. Just enough to kind of take the burr out of it. And to get the shavings out of the inside of the line, have a screwdriver that I just put a little grease on. Normally works pretty well for aluminum shavings. Kind of stick it in there, work it around, and it'll stick to the screwdriver. I got my hydraulic flare tool. We're just going to put a couple flares on here and then put this together and tighten it up. And I'm just doing a single taper flare with this die here, if you can see it. And if you try to do like a double flare like you would on a steel line, it'll split it. Slide that in there. That's what I get for not having a magnetic light. Need to make sure not to make the flare too big so it won't fit inside the nut there. And you just thread that on there like that, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. You're always saying something stupid. You want to be careful not to crimp it too far and split that flare. It's pretty easy to do on this aluminum. Pretty good looking flare there. Clean it up. There we go, we got it all tightened up, and the line will just kind of sit right there. And as long as it's not rubbing on anything else, it'll be all right. I'll probably put a couple zip ties on it just to hold it from bouncing and so it will never hit the frame or anything right there. But it's never going to go quite in the bracket how it originally was, and that's okay, just as long as it's not going to rub through and start leaking down the road. And I'm going to get some Freon in it and spray some soap on it. After I get it all together, just make sure the flares all did all right, but generally 90% of the time it works perfectly fine. All right, thanks for watching. Until next time.